Now we will start with the next module, which is sets. Okay. So to start with, like yesterday, we have seen the concept of dictionary. Okay. How to use dictionary and how the data is stored within a dictionary. Okay. Like the least tuple, they allows us to store the data in a linear order. Dictionary always allows us to store the data in key and value pair. Okay. And this set, this also allows us to store the data in linear order only. But the only difference is set doesn't allow to add or to, like you can say, to fetch, sorry, to store the duplicate values. Okay, and that is the only advantage of using set over least and tuple. Okay, so to start with, in this model we have to cover introduction to set, how to access and change and add the element within a set, then how to remove the element from the set, and what are the methods we can use with set. Okay, and along with that, sometimes one concept is asked in Python which is called as frozen set. So what exactly that frozen set is, that also we have to cover. Okay, so to start with, first introduction to set. Now in a simple format, or if you have to define a set, you can simply compare this set concept with the mathematical set operations or mathematical set concept. Okay, so in maths also we have seen set, which allows us to store the collection of data. In the same way, in Python also we can make the use of set for storing the collection of, like you can say, same type of data or the different type of data. Okay, and the set is always, like, it always stores the data in an unordered manner. Means what? If I have entered 1, 2, 3, 4, there are chances that it may store 2, 3, 1, 4. Okay. So the order will not be preserved in case of set. And that's why they have given the definition as a set. It is a collection which is unordered and unindexed. Okay. So we cannot fetch or we cannot make the use of indexing concept with set. If I have to fetch the value from the set, then I have to specify that specific name. Okay, then only that particular value will be retrieved. Or I can simply iterate through that set, and by applying some searching algorithm, I can search the value. Okay, so the first thing we have to learn is in a practical way how that set is created. Okay, so in first example only, means when we have started with the collection, at that time only I have explained that set can be created by using two different ways. Either I can create a set by using curly braces or by using set method or set function. Okay, so here in first module they have, in first PPT they have given how to access the item from the set if it is created. So you cannot access items in a set by referring to an index. Why? It's just because set stores the data in unordered manner, and that's why we cannot give a specific index. Since the set are unordered, the index has, or sorry, the item has no index. Okay, but you can loop through the set items using the for loop or ask if a specified value is present in a set or not by using in keyword. Okay, so let's see how the set is created, how we can add the items within a set, and how to iterate the set. Okay, so I'll create a new file. We'll save this as set demo. Okay, so first is what? Creating set. Okay, so for creating a set, simply we can say S1 equals to, within a curly bracket, we can provide the different type of values or different values. Say here our set is created, and by using print command, I will print that set. let's see the output of this part first. So when I call the function, you can see the set is displayed. Now, what if I have added sub-duplicate values? Okay, then that value will be discarded. And if you have noticed, the insertion order is not preserved over here. Okay, we have added data as what? 12, 33, 45, 33, 67. And how the data is displayed? 33, 67, 12, 45. Okay, so this is the first thing related to set, that it doesn't means it store unordered data and only unique values. Okay, then next, if I'm using say s2 equal to set in bracket, okay, we have to provide some set of values. Okay, so 12, but if I'm providing those values within a list, how those values will be stored? So first of all, I'll print the type of s2, and then I will print the values stored within s2. Okay, so set operation, you can see the type of s2 is defined as what? Set, and the values are stored in an unordered manner even if I have provided those values within a list. Okay, so these are the two different ways of creating a set. Either I can provide the values directly within a curly braces, or I can make the use of set function over there. Okay, now if I have to access the elements one by one, okay, then for that purpose, set to elements. Okay, to iterate through that set, I can simply use for say I in s2. What we have to print? I. So this I will iterate through a single value and it is displayed to the user. Okay, so if I have written set, you can see all those values are displayed one by one. Okay, so this is the first way, or like this is the first practical where we have seen how to create a how to create a set by using two different ways and how to iterate through that set. Now if I wanted to check whether an abc is a part of set 2 or not, then that can also be checked by using in operator. Okay, so if I have to print the statement like s2 contain abc, true or false, then I can simply say abc in s2. Oh, what is the problem? Sorry, I have written abc directly. So it is considered as a variable, not as a value, and that's why that error occurred. So it returned true. Why? Because abc is available within a set 2. Done. Then the next concept they have given is how to change the set element by using add and update method. Okay, so there is an add method which allows us to add new items within a set, and those items can be placed anywhere within a set. Why? Because as you already know, the insertion order doesn't preserve in a set. In the same way, we can use update method if I have to update some data from the set. Okay, or if I have to add some extra element within a set. Okay, so let's see how these two things can be used. So next is what? Adding elements. Okay, so let's say within s2 I have added the element as s2 dot add. I have added my name. Okay, and then again we will print the value of s2. After that, suppose I want to update the set. Okay. Now the values stored within set are immutable. Okay. So update means what? If I have to add some more element within a set, then this update can be used. Okay. So I have added this, and then again we have printed update set. So let's see. You can see those two values are simply added within a set. So either I can make the use of update method for adding the multiple items within a set, or I can use add method to add only a single item at a time within a set. Okay. So if anyone asks you the difference between add and update, there is only one difference. Add method allow you to add only a single item at a time within a set, and update method allows us to add multiple items within a set. Okay, which is not possible in add. Okay, suppose just for understanding purpose, I will add more elements. Now, if I just wanted to print the length of set, because I don't know that how many elements are added within this. So for printing the length, just like in other collection also we have length function. Here we have the same, that is length. So length of S2 is what? 8, because currently that set contains 8 element. Okay. Then next is how to remove the items from the set. Okay. So for removing the item from the set, they have given two different methods. One is remove, another is discard. Okay. So let's see these two methods first. Okay. So I will say delete item using remove. Okay. Now here we cannot delete item on the basis of its index. We have to specify that element name always. Either we are using remove or discard. In both of the method, we have to use the value. Okay. So if I'll see that s2 dot remove in bracket, I wanted to remove 13. Okay. We'll print after removing data or element the value of s2. Okay. Okay. So 13 has been removed and the new modified data is displayed to the user. Then in the same way, now I'll just do the little modification over here. See, we'll ask the user to enter the value which you want to remove. Enter the element to remove or to delete. Okay. And then within this remove method, I will pass that ch. Okay. In the same way, now if I have written discard and then ch1. Okay. And then again, I will print this s2. Now let's see. If I'll enter the element in a remove method which doesn't exist in our set, then what will happen? Okay, suppose I have entered 23 which doesn't exist in set S2. So here what kind of output it will display? Okay, whether it will give any exception or it will simply display the set as it is. Let's see. What happened? It gives an error which is key error. Okay, so in case of remove method, it will remove an element only if it exists within a set. If it doesn't exist within a set, then that item, oh sorry, then it will give a key error. Okay, and that's why it's mandatory, or it become important to use remove, sorry, discard instead of remove. So for now, I'll just comment this section and then we will execute it again. And let's check the output. The set operation. For now, I will enter the element which is available within a set. Okay, so that element, oh, wait, I've written ch1 s2 dot discard ch1. That 111 must be discarded. But as it is, okay, now what is the problem? I'll explain. Wait, means we will see practically and then I'll explain. The thing is, if I have entered ABC, you can see it is removed. Now, what problem occur with that 111? The problem is here I have taken input method, and at the time of adding data, this 111 is taken as what? It is taken as an integer. And when I enter this 111, it accepts this data in a string format. And that's why this 111 will not be compared with this value. Okay? And इसीलिए वो delete नहीं हुआ. Okay, it's just because the type for this value, sorry, the type for this element and the type for this element is different. Okay, तो उस केस में आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा, स्पेसिफिकली यहाँ पे इंट में ही डेटा लेना पड़ेगा, तभी इंटीजर वैल्यू डिस्कार्ड हो पाएगा. एंड एबीसी क्या था, स्ट्रिंग था, इसीलिए वो डिस्कार्ड हो पाया. ओके, अब नेक्स्ट, हाँ तो ओके यहाँ पे एक्चुअली वो प्रूव हो गया जो मैं नेक्स्ट इंप्लीमेंट करके दिखाना चाहती थी, कि कंसिडर करो कि अगर कभी वैल्यू मिला ही नहीं, तो इसमें क्या प्रॉब्लम आता था इन केस ऑफ रिमूव, कि वो वैल्यू नहीं मिला तो वो एरर देता था. ओके, बट यहाँ पे कुछ एरर आया क्या? नो. जस्ट लाइक सपोज मैं अभी दूसरा कुछ वैल्यू एंटर करके दिखा देती हूँ जो हमारे सेट में है ही नहीं, जैसे कि 23. तो रिमूव में उसके लिए एरर आया था, बट अभी एरर आया क्या? नो. सो डिस्कार्ड मेथड, like if the element doesn't exist within a set, this discard method will not throw any kind of error. It will simply display the set as it is to the user. Okay, so we can say for implementing exception handling concept implicitly, not explicitly, we can go for the discard method instead of remove method. Okay, understood how to use add, update, remove and discard method along with set. Because these are the basic operations. Okay, how to remove item. They have given one more method for removing the item. That method is pop. Okay, now pop method, yesterday also we have seen, sorry, in case of tuple also we have seen there is a pop and pop item method. Okay, so pop method, it simply remove any arbitrary value from the set. Okay, there is no need to specify a value along with that pop method. Okay, so you can also use the pop method to remove an item, but the like this method will remove the last item. Remember that the set is what? Unordered, so you will not know what item that gets removed. Okay, and then last one is the clear method. Okay, so I will say delete data using what? Pop. And for that purpose, I will simply say s2 dot pop. It returned that value. Okay, so deleted value is, because we need to check that which value is removed or deleted. Okay, so deleted value is, so deleted value is ABC. So it removed this first element. So it's not mandatory that it can remove only the last element. just because set is unordered, so it can remove any one of the elements. Okay, and the last one is if I have to clear the set. Okay, that is used to remove all elements. So s2 dot clear, it will return an empty set. Now if I'm removing ABC, then you using pop method, which value is removed? 13. Okay, and after clearing all the data, it returns just an empty set. Okay, they have not given curly bracket over there. Okay, because curly braces, they are also used to represent a dictionary, and that's why here they have given set and then that empty parenthesis. Okay, so these are the basic operations performed on set. Now what are the other operations performed on a set? Okay, those are join, that is union, in difference, symmetric difference, etc. Okay, so let's see all those operations one by one. Okay, so to do the same, like set ki compare with our mathematical set, and in maths we have seen that how to perform this type of operations. Okay, like how to use join, that is union operation, intersect operation, etc. So let's see the same. So there are several ways to join two or more sets in a Python, and you can use the union method that return a new set containing all the items from both set. Okay, or the update method that insert all the items from one set to the another set. Okay, they have given both. Let's see. The set operation 2. Now manually I will create some set over here, say t1. If you want, you can accept the set values from user also. Okay, we have already seen in list how to add or how to accept this like value from the user, and in case of set you just have to use add method instead of append method. Okay, for adding the element within a set. Okay, so just because I have to show other operations also, and that's why I have taken only integer values within a set. And suppose we'll create the another set by accepting the user input. Like if anyone have any doubt how to create a dynamic set, then I will show you the code. Enter the number of items, then define one empty set over here. Okay, but this will define the dictionary. So what you will say? Set and empty. Okay, then next is for I in range, because we have to add n number of elements. So 1 or simply 0 comma n. T2 dot add in bracket int, as I have to add only integer element, that's why I have taken this. Enter an item or enter an element, anything. Then here set 1 and 2 both are created. So I will say print set 1 comma t1, and similarly we will print set 2. Okay, that is nothing but comma t2. Then after that, if I have written, like we just have to print the union of set 1 and 2. union operation. For that purpose, I will say T1 dot union T2. Okay, let's see the output of same. Set operation 2, enter the number of items. So I have added only 3 items. Here I have already taken 11, 23, 44, such a kind of numbers. So I will repeat this 11 again. Okay, so in a union operation, we have to check whether it will add, whether it will show duplicate values or duplicate elements or not. Okay, 3 items are added. Set 1 contains some values, set 2 also contains some values. But when I apply union operation over there, you can see it eliminate that, it doesn't eliminate, it display 11 only once. Okay, so the duplicate values are not displayed. Okay, now what if I have written something like this, T3 equal to T1 plus T2? What kind of operation is performed over here? Okay, let's see, and then I'll explain. So set operation 2, again I need to add some elements. Okay, so it gives error that this plus operator doesn't support because set plus set cannot be added. But wait, I need to, oh sorry, for like the minus option is given, plus option is not given, but just for trial, because I think this will work. Still it is not given. They have given some symbol for the set operations. Okay, but I will explain those symbol later. I have already created one example related to that, and I have one doc file also. So if I wanted to perform the another operation, which is what, intersect, how that operation will be performed. So intersect, for performing the intersection, you just have to write T1 dot intersection T2. Now I have to add at least one element which is common in both. So set operation 2. So I have added 11 which is common. Why it gives error? Because intersect, oh sorry. But now maybe, previously I have written the correct code, but there was a spelling mistake and that's why it gives an error. So you can see after intersection 11 is written, because intersection operation means what? It return only the like common values from both set. Okay, then next is print. We have to display the difference. Okay, for that purpose I can say T1 dot difference function is there, T2. Okay, and similarly we have option to print the symmetric difference. Okay, so I can say T1 dot symmetric difference T2. Set operation 2, enter the number of items 4. Suppose I have entered 11, then 44, which are both in common. Okay, so in case of union, all values are merged, but 11 and 44 is displayed only once. Then in case of intersection, only the common values from both set are retrieved. Then when I write difference, where I have written T1 dot difference T2. So only the like common values from the set 1 are eliminated and all the remaining values are displayed. Okay, मतलब set 1 minus set 2 kind of operation difference में perform होगा. ओके तो वो कॉमन वैल्यू सेट 1 में से हटा के फिर डिस्प्ले करेगा. अगर कंसिडर करो मैंने लिखा होता T2 डिफरेंस T1, तो उस केस में T2 माइनस T1 हो जाता एंड आउटपुट में आपको 334 एंड 1222 ये वैल्यू दिख जाता. ओके एंड सिमेट्रिक डिफरेंस क्या होता है कि वो दोनों सेट को मर्ज करके उसमें से जितना कॉमन डेटा है उतना हटा के रिमेनिंग वैल्यूज डिस्प्ले कर देता है. Okay, so these are the four different type of operation we can perform on set, that is union, intersect, difference and symmetric difference. Okay, so in PPT they have given intersection, like first one is, sorry, they have given union, then by using set how the set can be created, that we have already seen. Then intersection, symmetric difference, difference is not given but I have explained difference also, okay, how it exactly works. Okay, so here our basic set concept is completed and now we have to start with the next, which is frozen set. Okay, now frozen set is a simple concept. What does the frozen set mean? Like just now we have seen ki in case of set, whatever the data we have added, or like in case of set, if I have already created a set and after that if I have to add or remove the elements, it is possible. Okay, means the set is mutable, we can make the changes within a set. But what is the frozen set is? Frozen set method, it returns an immutable frozen set object initialized with the element from the given iterable, or you can say from the given set. Okay, so frozen set, it's just an immutable version of a Python set object. Okay, so if you have to create a set whose elements, or sorry, which doesn't allows us to add or remove the elements, then for that purpose I can use frozen set. In case of set also, they have given one statement, that is set contains the elements, or sorry, set contains an immutable type of element. Means what, कि सेट के अंदर हम लोग जो डेटा ऐड कर रहे हैं, ओके, इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल कि आप उस डेटा को मॉडिफाई कर सको. जैसे कि अगर मैंने आपको टास्क दिया होता कि रिप्लेस दिस 545 विथ सम अदर वैल्यू, देन वो पॉसिबल नहीं है. मैं उसको रिमूव कर सकती हूँ बट इसको मॉडिफाई नहीं कर सकती. तो ये वैल्यू क्या हुआ मेरा, म्यूटेबल, सॉरी इम्यूटेबल. जैसे कि लिस्ट में कैसा होता था कि लिस्ट में अगर मुझे ये वैल्यू 0th इंडेक्स का वैल्यू चेंज करना है तो पॉसिबल था, बट वो सेट में कॉन्सेप्ट अवेलेबल नहीं है. बट अगर मैं पूरे सेट के हिसाब से सोचना चाहूंगी तो क्या है कि द सेट इज म्यूटेबल, आई कैन ऐड एलिमेंट, आई कैन रिमूव एलिमेंट. But what is the frozen set? It is immutable. Okay, like as they have given, like while element of a set can be modified at any time, elements of frozen set remains the same after creation. Okay, and due to this, frozen set can be used as a key in a dictionary or as element of the another set. Okay, but like set, it is not ordered. Okay, means this also stored the data in unordered manner. Okay, the element can be a set or any index. Okay, so let's see this, how, like how this frozen set can be created. Okay, and how it is displayed. Okay, so for creating a frozen set, we have simple syntax. Now I'll write down that code over here directly. Say f is equal to, for creating a frozen set, I have to write frozen set in bracket, specify some values. And then print the type of fs, that is frozen set. Either you can provide a list or another set. Okay. So the class is written as what? Frozen set, and the values are written in this way. So if I have to iterate through the frozen set value, then I can simply say, because now here it is displayed as frozen set in bracket that set. So if I don't want this type of output, then we'll simply say print frozen set values for I in fs print I. All the values will be displayed. Okay, so this is how the frozen set is displayed. Okay, then in case of set, some more operations are remaining, which I'll explain. If I have to return the minimum value, then we can say minimum of p1. But the thing is, for this, the data must be, wait, I have written max value. It must be of similar type. Okay, of p1. If I'm using sorted set, okay, it gives an error for sorted, which I'll solve just a minute. So you can see minimum value is written as 11, maximum value is written as 545. Okay, and here I need to write sorted even. Means this is a function, but I have used it as a method, and that's why that error occurs. Okay, okay, the data can be given in a sorted manner. You can see here the sorted set is displayed. So these are some more operations performed on set which are not given in this PPT. Okay, and along with that, just like I have explained, I have created that example in a previous batch, but I'll just explain the same. Okay, I just wanted to show you some operators which are used for those symmetric difference, insertion, and union. Okay, so that बेसिक ऑपरेशन तो हम लोगों ने देखे थे. हाँ, तो इंटरसेक्शन यूनियन के लिए दिस और ऑपरेटर इज यूज. फॉर इंटरसेक्शन वी कैन यूज एंड, फॉर डिफरेंस वी कैन यूज माइनस, एंड फॉर सिमेट्रिक डिफरेंस वी कैन यूज दिस. ओके, थीटा. ओके, तो ये चार ऑपरेटर मैं आपको जस्ट वहां पे लिख के दे देती हूँ. आई विल शेयर दिस एग्जांपल विद यू. तो यूनियन के लिए हमारे पास ऑप्शन क्या है? एट द टाइम ऑफ प्रिंटिंग द सेम, आई कैन प्रिंट एज T1, then this union T2. It will generate the same output. Okay. In the same way, we can use for intersection as and. Then for difference, these are just an alternative. Okay, so if you don't want to use any methods, then we have option that I can use some operators also. So it's a T1 minus T2. But I will change this value as T2 minus T1, so you can understand this symmetric difference and difference concept properly. And here you need to use power symbol. Done. Okay, so set operation 2. Okay, so you can see when I write difference, only one value is different in set 2, because for difference I have written T2 minus T1. So when it is T2 minus T1, it return only 33. When it is T1 minus T2, it return this value. But output is same. The only difference is instead of using the methods, we can use some operators over there. Okay. So this is how the set is created, and it can be used to perform the operation. Okay. Understood this set concept? Okay. Now, so here are like set module is also completed. Next, only one module is remaining, which is Introduction to Object-Oriented Programming. But along with that, as I have already explained, I'm going to take some algorithms also, okay, which are based on this set list. And in interview, they actually ask you to implement such a kind of algorithms. So I'll try to take at least two algorithms. First one is the bubble sort algorithm, and another is in case of searching linear search and binary search, only two algorithms they have given. But the thing is, linear search is very easy. I'll explain that concept and you need to implement that. Binary search is quite complicated. So I will do one thing. I'll explain the concept of binary search also. What you have to do is you need to try it first. And if it is not possible, then I will explain that how it can be solved. Okay. Uh, Tomorrow, like our whole course will be completed. Like your free course will be completed. After that, like on Friday, I will keep one doubt solving session on same. Okay, मतलब तुम लोग का ओवरऑल स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम मॉड्यूल 1 अभी तक जितना हुआ असाइनमेंट रिलेटेड जो भी डाउट रहेगा, हम लोग फ्राइडे को कनेक्ट करके सॉल्व कर लेंगे. ओके. अनदर थिंग, सैटरडे को तुम लोग को यही पाइथन का जितना हमारा हुआ है उसके ही बेस पे एक सिंपल क्विज देना है. ओके, एमसीक्यू टाइप, जैसे मैंने कल भी बोला था, बट वो मैं सैटरडे शेड्यूल करूंगी. टाइम विल बी एट 11 o'clock. यू कैन गिव दैट क्विज और एट 12 o'clock. ओके, मैं तुम लोग को आपका यूजर नेम पासवर्ड वो सब शेयर कर दूंगी. ओके, तो जस्ट बी प्रिपेयर्ड अकॉर्डिंगली. अगर किसी को भी एनीथिंग लाइक रिलेटेड टू कोर्स और कुछ भी अगर डाउट है, ओके, देन यू कैन कॉन्टैक्ट मी ऑन दिस नंबर. अगर मैम ने दिया होगा देन इट्स ओके, बट अगर नहीं दिया होगा देन यू कैन कॉन्टैक्ट मी ऑन दिस नंबर. ओके, लाइक इफ एनीवन वांट टू गो फॉर द फुल कोर्स, और अगर आपको पाइथन रिलेटेड ही कुछ एक्स्ट्रा इंफॉर्मेशन चाहिए, ओके, आइदर इट इज रिलेटेड टू अ टेक्निकल थिंग और बाकी कुछ भी हो, तो यू कैन जस्ट कॉन्टैक्ट मी ऑन दिस नंबर. ओके, एज वेल एज एनी हाउ, जैसे मैंने बोला कि अभी कल भी हम लोग लेक्चर लेने वाले हैं, फ्राइडे को भी. तो अगर तुम लोग यहाँ पे भी कुछ क्वेश्चन पूछोगे देन ऑल्सो इट्स ओके. ओके, अंडरस्टूड एवरीवन? किसी को इसमें कुछ डाउट है रिलेटेड टू टेस्ट और दैट प्रैक्टिकल सॉल्विंग सेशन, कुछ भी? Shrikant, are you saying something because it's not audible?
Hello.
Hello? हाँ.
Hello.
हाँ.
Ma'am, you have explained the frozen set, na? Ma'am, actually,
Right.
can you tell me what is the exact
Okay,
operation?
wait, because I forgot to explain that. As I
Yeah.
said, it is immutable, right? So if I'll try to add some data within this frozen set, let's say by using add method, if I'm adding something, okay, like 34, okay, and we will print that frozen set again. Then in this case, you can see it gives an error that it doesn't have an attribute as add. Okay. Similarly, if I try to remove something, okay, it doesn't even have the attribute as remove. Means it's not possible to add or remove the element from the frozen set once it is created. Okay, it remains fixed. Okay, and that's why it is called as immutable. Okay, so if you have to store some data, like only for like you can say data retrieval purpose, okay, or only for displaying purpose, then it is always better to store that data within a frozen set instead of set. Okay, so no one will be able to like modify that data. What the user can do is they can just access that data and display. Okay, but they cannot do any kind of modification or manipulation on our data if it is frozen set. Okay, anyone else? Okay, so I just wanted to ask you one thing to everyone. You all are like all are working, or you're doing some kind of education, like you are in fourth year, etc., that kind of thing. Akhilesh, I'll start with you. Are you working somewhere, or like तुम्हारा अभी college चल रहा है? Hello, hello, Akhilesh. तुम्हारा आवाज नहीं आया. You can give like send a message also. Shrikant, what about you?
Hello.
हाँ.
Actually, ma'am, I'm currently looking for the job. I'm looking for the market research. Market research.
Okay. Okay, okay,
So
okay.
that's actually
ठीक
I
है.
want to learn this course.
Okay, no issues. And Suraj, you are not audible, Suraj. I think your microphone is not connected. And Akhilesh is searching for job. Okay, no problem. Okay, so I think Suraj is like we have not connected his mic. Okay, I'll ask you later. So for now, like today, we will end our session over here. You'll get the recording on our website. Okay, and I'll share this example with you. Along with that, like yesterday, I have sent you one assignment on dictionary part only. Today, I'll send the assignment on list as well as tuples. Okay, as well as on set also. Okay, and once our like algorithm part is completed, after that I'll give you some more assignment related to data structure. Okay, so you can try to solve those assignments. Okay, and on Friday we will solve all the doubts. Like if anyone has any doubt, any type of like if any program is not completed, you can ask me regarding to the same. Okay. Okay, so for now I'll end the meeting.